This is why Diego Lopes lost. Bro, what move is this, bro? He needs to go back to the drawing board, bro.
Can Diego Lopes win the belt against Alexander Volkanovski? Do we give him a real chance of winning? Because, yes, we do criticize the matchmaking, but at the end of the day, this is the fight we got, so we might as well try to break this down and see, can Diego Lopes make the adjustments to beat Volk? Now, in my opinion, a lot of the best chance for Diego Lopes to actually win this fight is banking on the fact that Alexander Volkanovski will have significantly slowed down, that his speed isn't going to be what it once was. He's not going to be as explosive. His chin is going to be even worse. It's going to also be banking on the fact that Diego Lopes is going to get better, improve striking defense, be able to move his head off the center line, be even more explosive, have more power.
Lerone Murphy just issued a daring claim that has the MMA world buzzing. Alexander Volkanovski would dominate Diego Lopes in 95 out of 100 fights.
Diego supposedly hits hard, he's got a puncher's chance. Any MMA fight, we know that it's a very dangerous fight. But I think if they fight 100 times, I think Volkanovski wins 95. That's my opinion. I believe Volkanovski comes out of it. He fights a smart fight again. And bro, if you look at
the unbeaten challenger is grappling with the harsh reality that he may never get his chance to confront one of the sport's true legends, and his frustration is spilling over into every interview he conducts. Every discussion about the featherweight, with 9 wins and a draw inside the UFC cage, he represents a competitor who customarily secures championship bouts. His latest performance merely bolstered his claim when he accepted a short-notice contest with Aaron Pico at UFC 319. Murphy pulled off one of the most dazzling finishes anyone will witness all year, landing Pico with a spinning elbow that reverberated throughout the division. For Murphy, that stoppage represented more than just a win. It should have been his guaranteed pass, the showing that would compel the UFC and place him against Volkanovski as the title holder guarded his strap in Sydney this February. However, the organization chose a completely different path.
Lost by unanimous decision. Received the call for an immediate rematch. The decision.
Watching another seize a second chance at glory while his own opening.
Saw the news. It's unbelievable. Talk to me about what went through your mind when that dropped.
Ever since I went in there and knocked out Pico, I thought for sure I'm next in line, and everything seemed to be going my way. But I could have went to Australia, fought a close fight with Volkanovski, and could have robbed me. Who knows? Imagine a scenario where Volkanovski wins, retires, and then they make my fight the title fight. You just never know.
When you look at somebody with your record of what you've been able to do in your career in the UFC, it's almost like, does that mean anything? Does that win streak win anything? One day I hope I get like Sean Shelby or Mick Maynard or Dana White on the Mighty Cast, because I was like, okay guys, make it make sense.
Prize fighters, we need money, we need to fight, but bro, I want that crack at the title, bro. It's like, that's legacy right there, and that's to set me up as well. It's massive, and it's something that I'm never going to be able to get now because of that. Not because I didn't earn it, because of obviously favoritism. He thinks I'm hating on him. I'm happy for him. Well done. Yeah. You got the title shot. I don't care. Like, it is what it is. You don't make
his personal circumstances and addresses wider issues regarding the allocation of championship opportunities in modern mixed martial arts. Demetrius Johnson, one of the most accomplished fighters in UFC history, raised comparable objections when discussing the Volkanovski versus Lopes rematch. for the title and was soundly defeated, as most pundits had the match 4 rounds to 1 for Volkanovski. Following that undeniable loss, Lopes proceeded to beat Gene Silva in a back-and-forth battle, where he took considerable punishment and nearly got a single win obtained in a contest where he displayed weakness inexplicably led to an instant championship rematch. Johnson questions whether the verdict stemmed from Lopez's appeal and marketability, not his merit.
Well, you have every reason to be mad, but think that Diego Lopez shouldn't, or hating that I'm mad that he got it. I would say I'm not mad. I just wanted to make sense, right? Like I've been in your shoes before, right? Like I've defended the belt so many times. I see the guy who's next in line. You know, Joseph Benavidez. After I knocked him out, I beat him in in Toronto. He goes on a 5-fight win streak. He gets the next title shot. John Knotson, I beat him. He goes on a 5-fight win streak. Nowadays, it's like you lose to the champion. You go get one fight and you come back like you're already back in a title shot, right? It's same thing. You know, you look at Peter Yan. He just fought Merab. It took him 3 years. 3 years to get back a title shot, right? It's like it's almost like, you know, that's why we talk about Dana White privileges, right? It's like how, like if they want to just say he's way more popular than you guys, he's getting a shot. That's why he's getting a shot. Just way more popular. I don't go fuck this man's on a 20-fight win streak. He's way more popular. Come out and say that. That way the fans can understand. Like, hey, dog, you got it. Yeah,
we know what's what.
We know what's what. Don't tell me that's a cat. Don't show me a cat and say it's a shark. Like, don't do that to me, right? And that's why I feel like I have this big.
Even Max Holloway, who has fought Volkanovski, repeated he's superior to nearly all who've spoken on the issue. Holloway has trouble wagering against Volkanovski in the Lopes is capable. His prior bout experience provides Volkanovski a huge edge. He grasps Lopes' rhythm, perceives his patterns, and has already crafted a winning strategy. Holloway notes Volkanovski holds the title for a good reason. He consistently performs, securing victory bout after bout. Further, Holloway wonders why Volkanovski would retire with suitable matchups still available at featherweight. Contenders such as Movsar Evloev and Diego Lopes.
To go against Volk, bro. I think Volk has some information from the first fight. I think so. He's a champ for a reason. I think so. He goes out there and gets it done. I think Volk has some favorable matchups at 45. I don't know why he would retire. His next challengers, if the challengers is the challengers, like his odds against like Mosov and Murphy.
Even as the featherweight championship landscape continues to generate significant debate, a completely different title situation is currently unfolding within the lightweight division, which sees Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett preparing to battle for an interim 24 on January 24th, with the victor set to meet undisputed champion Ilia Topuria in a unification bout later on. This matchup has prompted its own contention, with many fighters and pundits querying if Pimblett has done enough to, in a temporary role, Gaethje comprehend play. He understands viewers' desire to watch Pimblett versus Topuria, just as supporters previously demanded Tony Ferguson versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. Such a possible fight offers clear marketing allure, yet Gaethje intends to foil those designs by defeating Pimblett decisively.
Or Paddy, I mean, the fight not happening. It's Justin or Paddy now. Paddy got to get past Justin. Justin's a tough fight, bro. I don't know. A lot of people sleeping on Justin on the Paddy fight, which just makes me ridiculous.
Urija Faber analyzes the Gaethje vs. Pimblett bout with the assurance of an expert who understands precisely how these stylistic puzzles fit together. Faber favors Gaethje with his reasoning hinging on who best thrives in absolute chaos. Both fighters readily enter intense striking battles, but Gaethje truly relishes grueling, drawn-out brawls in a manner few competitors can emulate. He finds his stride as contests become rough and chaotic. Pimblett also enjoys the fight. No one questions his spirit or his readiness to contend. But Gaethje thrives on those moments where every
Pimblett and Justin Gaethje, who do you favor in that fight?
I gotta go with Gaethje. I feel like he's the one that loves to get down and throw fist for fist. And he's also got the Division I wrestling to negate some of the biggest skill sets of Paddy. Paddy's like a very dominant grappler when it comes to submissions. I think Gaethje has the tools to keep it where he wants.
Tony Ferguson, an opponent to both men, presented a distinct outlook that highlighted psychology more than technique. Ferguson didn't rate Pimblett as the superior fighter, but he noted an aspect of Gaethje, a state that could truly matter. Gaethje has already endured the agony of 2 distinct title defeats. Embracing a further title shot, even a provisional one, could mean reliving past pain and confronting that amassed stress and letdown. Pimblett, conversely, approaches this situation with new bear the mental weight of past mistakes. Ferguson, invincible, yet he perceived one combatant felt somewhat burdened by legacy, as the other.
Paddy's not bad, dude. Paddy's not bad. He's very beatable, and Gaethje's very beatable as well. But when it goes into the passion and how upsetting Justin Gaethje has always been about not getting that real title shot, and they just keep dangling it right there again. Paddy's in for a new treat, right? Paddy's the one that's never fought for a belt. He's going in there. He's going to be trying to, get that stuff. He's going to feel a little bit more fresher. He's going to have that little bit of excitedness in my.
From a more tactical perspective, evaluating Pimblett's fit within the greater lightweight division, Thomas believes Pimblett stumbled into what could be his sole true opportunity to capture UFC gold. The division is brimming with tough competitors, particularly emerging threats like Arman Tsarukyan and the reigning champion Tapuri. Doesn't envision beneficial contests for Pimblett against those younger, more explosive athletes. Gaethje, though exceptionally dangerous, is later in his career and more stylistically readable than the upcoming crop of contenders. This renders him a superior adversary for Pimblett to make it happen. He doesn't believe Pimblett has the means to control Gaethje on the ground for extended periods, and he doesn't imagine him surviving constant pressure across 5 full rounds. The fight heavily leans toward Gaethje, per Thomas's estimation. The only
Pimblett, Justin Gaethje fighting for the interim title. Whoever wins that fight will move on to fight Ilya. And I don't think that there will be a title defense for the interim title. If I was to guess, if I was to bet, there will be no title defense of the interim title. I think that the next fight for whoever wins between Paddy and Justin, I think their next fight will be Ilya Tapuri. So do not think they will defend the interim title. So good movement and clarity at 155 pounds. I feel for Arman Tsarukyan, but this fight's going to be.
Eddie Alvarez, Gaethje's initial UFC vanquisher, adopted a totally distinct way of assessing. This mostly boils down to readiness. Above all else, Pimblett requires an entirely distinct preparation setting if he expects to manage what Gaethje delivers on bout night. Gaethje's sheer intensity isn't readily replicated in a regular training camp. Alvarez witnessed this directly. The disarray, the perpetual impacts, the incessant pressure, and he believes Pimblett must adjust to that situation prior to entering the octagon. Should Pimblett prepare in his usual manner, surrounded by familiar sparring partners who won't push at Gaethje's level, then the initial moment he experiences that intensity will be during the real fight when it's much too late to adapt. Alvarez doesn't question Pimblett's resolve.
8 years ago, what's like the first thing that comes to mind when you think of that fight with Justin?
That I'm glad it's over and I never want to do it again. I'm like, the fans don't ever ask for a rematch or anything like that, because that would have never. I'm like, I'm glad. He's unique, man, and he's one of my favorite guys to watch. So like, but if you want to beat Justin Gaethje, you have to. So he's a forward fighter and a pressure fighter that he will stand in the pocket. And he's gonna throw everything he got in that pocket. If you don't meet him, you'll get chewed up. So Paddy, the way to beat a guy who like does this, very violent, aggressive pressure fighter, you have to meet him. You have to throw when he throws. So you got to be brave, and you got to go. You have to go when he goes in between his shots. If you do that, you got a fair shot. If you don't do that, if you're not brave and courageous and throw when he throws in between his shots, it's going to be a really long night. It's going to be a hard night.
Matt Brown expressed wider vexation about what UFC 324 represents in terms of how this Pimlett's sudden move into an interim title fight feels less like a prize for beating top contenders. A marketing risk relying on fame. Brown has observed mixed martial arts change over the years, and this kind of pairing suggests a troubling shift toward preferring fighters who sell tickets over those truly earning their spot. Arman Tsarukyan, according to Brown, has done everything correctly. He's defeated tougher rivals and demonstrated his skill versus the highest caliber of adversaries, yet he remains here, set aside for a fighter with greater social media hype to cut in line. Brown His half-sarcastic quip suggested title shots could just as well be given based on Instagram follower counts, yet beneath the jest lay real worry for...
Like, they're just basically saying Patty's more popular, you're getting it over Armin.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, right? And that's, I mean, God, I hate like how I kind of get into this too much, but I mean, that's really like, that's the definition of, you know, a monopoly where a single promoter owns the title and the rankings. And it's not a good thing for the sport, in my opinion. And I have to question what it's going to do for the longevity of the sport. You know, I don't think in the short term it's really going to make a big difference, right? Like, you know, it's going to sell the next fight, right? It's going to sell the next pay-per-view. But trends tend to come and go, right? Fads tend to come and go. At some point, like, you know, to have staying power and lasting power, I think it requires, you know, a meritocracy-based system. It's going to require, you know, some, you know, if you want to bring in guys like Armin Tsarukyan or Movsar Evloev, I always mess up how I say his name. You know, you want to bring in these Olympic wrestling level guys. I mean, they don't want to have to go out there and put on some ridiculous show to become a champion. They don't want to have to go on Instagram and start a podcast and make you know, whatever kind of skits on social media and this silly kind of stuff. Like, they just want to be a world champion because they want to be the best athlete. And that's what makes me wonder how the staying power is going to be, right? When you're dealing with guys that are you know, legitimate athletes that want to be legitimate athletes, and they're getting passed up by guys that are entertaining.
These similar circumstances in the featherweight and lightweight classes reveal the friction that occurs in modern mixed martial arts between strict meritocracy and marketing strategy. If they've obtained their openings by their actions only, adopt varied choices, guided by criteria not connected to events inside the cage. Whether that tactic aids or harms the sport's repute rests on individual views, yet the discontent of athletes feeling disregarded is impossible to